Everybody, welcome back to the Bridge the Gap DFS channel. Wanted to just keep everything rolling, show you guys some of the tools that I use, give you guys an idea of how I try to get better. Previous videos we just got done talking about how to manage your bankroll, what I did, what I've studied, what I've made mistakes on. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. We got into how to start developing an MBA process. And we also took a look at how you can benefit from lineup study. So one of the things I want to do today is do a deep dive on one of my absolute favorite, probably my number one favorite DFS player, Chess is Okay. This is who I'm talking about. Let's see, find his twitter.com. I think he's underscore. Yep, James Gender. This guy is a total stud, one of the top players in the world. We'll go to Roto Grinders. I don't know if you guys know about this. It's pretty cool. Roto Grinders, if you allow them to track your games, it will show you a ranking. Everybody has a ranking. So Chess is Okay. Let's see where he's at. So 14th overall. And click on his profile. Guy's just an absolute stud. He's won a bunch of stuff. Recent activity, biggest scores. This guy's won $1 million multiple times. And then just across the board, just dominating tournament player of the year, 21st. This month, 27th. Super heavyweight, 13th. NFL 7. That's interesting. I would have expected him to be a better MLB player. Maybe he just doesn't play MLB. And then NBA 17. Roto Grinders, their ranking, there's a metric behind it. I don't think it considers everything in terms of like dollars won. If they're dollars won, I would anticipate that James is one of the best in the world in terms of dollars won. So I want to look at last week, March 2nd. Go ahead and close out. I don't need that right now. This was the fantasy championships of fantasy basketball was last week. I don't know if it will show that here. No, it doesn't. I wonder if we can look that up in the tournament analysis. So I'm at lineupstudy.com. We covered this in a video earlier this week. And not a ton of tournaments. So we'll just look at this $15 one. This is what stood out to me about James's performance on Saturday. So I take shots in certain contests. One of the shots that I took this last week was in the spin, the $44 tournament. I use my crowns and I use my satellite tickets. And at one point, this is what James was doing in that tournament. First, second, third, fourth. It gets cut off here, but I think he also had 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th. He was just absolutely killing it. It didn't finish that way for him, but he had an awesome day regardless. Close out these, close out this one. And let's just take a look at some of the big tournaments for that day to give you guys an idea of how he did. Let's see if he played in this one. No, I don't believe he played in this one. So we'll go ahead and look for another one here. Oh, I know for sure he played in this one. Yeah, boom. $777 entry. $100,000 to first. Guy's just a total stud. So yeah, if we look at chess, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 9th, 19th, 24th. So 1st, 100,000, 3rd, 20,000, 4th, 10,000. I said 4th, but 5th, 5,000. 19, 1750, and another 1,500. So, I mean, what's the math on that? Almost 200 grand in what he did in just this one tournament, 150,000. In the World Championships, I want to see if I can find the World Championship. I don't know if it'll have that one. Oh, bummer. I thought it would be in here. No biggie. We'll take a look at this one. This will give us an idea of what he did that night. So this is the $15 buy-in. He profited $1,245. Again, in our previous lineup study video, we had talked about how the core is going to be anywhere from about 25 to 50 players, 30 to 50 players, probably closer to 30 to 40. And he's right here with 36 team stacks. He's not really worried about it. I think this is the night that I can't remember who the Warriors played last week. It doesn't matter. He's not really team stacking. He's not really game stacking. A lot of this stuff, oh yeah, they play the Sixers, is organic. This is value based. I don't think he intentionally did that. He's just running his crunch, his 150, and this is where he is benefiting. Again, he's not afraid to go higher owned on guys that are, the good values. So the chalk NBA players we talked about being anybody over 25, 30%. And so here's our chalky guys. And he went all in on those guys. Not all in, but he had pretty big leverage. 30% leverage here, 50% leverage here, 45% leverage here. Here's a big one. Avery Bradley went absolutely ham that night. And, a lot of people will probably have said Avery Bradley, not a good play. He got lucky. But we got to look at the process. That's what we're trying to get better here. What did James see in Avery Bradley that the rest of us might have missed? And let's just take a look at his game log. So he had 30 points on the second here. I'm trying to see what his salary was. 4,300. But let's look at the week leading up to that. 3,300, 52 points. 3,400, 25 points. 3,800, 25 points. 16, 7, 7, 7, 11, 7, 10 and a half, 6 value. So he was just, Avery Bradley was killing it. Avery Bradley's had a lot of duds in the past, so a lot of people don't like playing him. He's one of these guys, more of a defensive specialist, doesn't care about getting points. So sometimes he's on the court all day long, all game long, and doesn't do anything with it. But one of the things that are nice here with these game logs is to show you exactly that. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 40 minutes, 12 points. So when you play Avery Bradley, that's typically the result that you get. But after the trade deadline, he's got a change of scenery, relatively young team outside of Conley, not a ton of vets. So his role has changed, and James was able to capitalize on that. I'm not sure if he had Bradley on these other days that led up to that. But here's another thing to be aware of. Great game, solid game, dud. This dud is going to result in guys not wanting to play Avery Bradley. And then what do you know? Solid game, great game, and then James had him when he had a solid game. He kept that going. Avery Bradley had an awesome game the next day, carried that into a solid game, and then we have a somewhat dud. So this dud right here on the 8th is going to lead people who chase these box scores to not be playing Avery Bradley. So if there's a time to hop on the Avery Bradley train, it's tonight, this week upcoming. But that's what James likely saw here that led him to almost a 70% leverage on Avery Bradley. Leverage on Curry, leverage on Simmons, leverage on Olynyk, leverage on James, even with the field on one zone. So you can't be afraid. I say this up and down, and this is the reason why we spent so much time on the bankroll management video. You have to be conservative in your bankroll, aggressive in your play. You cannot play this game scared. James doesn't play this game scared. He is a multi-millionaire because of DFS. The guy's an absolute stud. This is just a glimpse into how he did that night. I apologize, I can't find the World Championships of that night. I don't want to waste more time, but if you guys get a chance, Google it. I think he had a top 5 finish. I think maybe even second or third for another 6-figure score. So I'd be willing to anticipate that on this night, James made $250,000, maybe $500,000. Guy is just an absolute stud. The number one guy who I try to model my game after the most when it comes to basketball in the NFL. I can't say enough good things about this guy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take a look at what we've got coming up. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm available via email, Twitter. Got the website coming. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. If you don't like it, don't tell your friends, don't comment. And up next, we're going to do a video review on the Fantasy Sports for Smart People series by Jonathan Bell. It's if you've never read it, it's crucial to developing into a winning DFS player. Talk to you guys soon. See you in the next video.